if you are going through a lack of confidence, or you're going through, a period that you just don't really want to get out there, you may not have much to say, you don't feel that inspired, it's really hard to actually go out and put yourself on the front end. Hey, welcome back, team. Today I want to talk all about how to gain your confidence back to grow your business again. This is something that you maybe have going through, and want to get through it to the other side. And a lot of the time, it's hard to grow a business if we have no confidence as the leader. It's hard to turn up to our social media activities that we have to do. It's hard to turn up to some lives you may want to do. It's hard to turn up if our confidence is really, taking a hit. Now, everybody's confidence has taken a hit in some way, shape, or form. And anytime, if someone's telling you that's not the case, that's certainly not true. I've definitely had a confidence smash through my time as well. And these are some tips that I've used. These are some tips that I've given to clients to use. And also I see our clients having amazing results when they do it. And some things you may not think about, some simple things you may not think about. Because when you are in a low confidence zone, you kind of second guess everything. You third guess everything. It's hard to make clear and clarity decisions. You get into comparison mode, and everything seems to be going worse and worse and worse. And so one of the best ways to overcome a lack of confidence is we've got to get back onto the path that we know that actually works. So if you have been in a bit of a stale point, you could say, a place where things don't feel like they're getting better, a place where you're looking at other people post or grow their business and going, what am I doing wrong? You may be feeling a bit of low mood, low energy, not wanting to talk to anybody, struggling to do anything but the bare minimum. Well, this episode is definitely for you. And today I want to talk about that, particularly in the way of using your confidence to grow your business via social media, via marketing. You see, when we're running a small business, when I say a small business, it could be yourself, maybe with some team members, or by yourself. When your confidence is down and you're the one that's been posting on social media, you're the one that's scheduling the post, you're the one that's driving the team, a lot of the time our business can much look like the way that our mind looks. So if our mind is happy, our business looks amazing. If our mind is having a bad run, our business looks like it's having a bad run. And it doesn't have to be that way, by the way. So first step here is that you're going to go through things personally in your own life. And so I want to make sure that if you're doing that, it's really important to keep your business moving forward in that same trajectory for growth. So it doesn't always rely on your emotions. And especially if you're a small business owner, as in a single trainer or single business owner, this is really, really important. So a couple of things that you may have experienced. Number one, you might have dropped some clients. So you may be some clients that have been regulars for you and they've decided to stop for any reason. Maybe some staff have left in this period, or you're struggling to find trainers. Our time is just being thrown left, right, and center. There's no real clarity there. And we may have been doing the same thing for a long period of time. And let's be honest, over the last 3 years, through lockdowns and COVIDs, it has seemed like the same thing, Groundhog Day, right? So let's start with the basics of how to get your confidence back. And I know if I've lost confidence, the last thing I want to do is to actually get on social media, is actually do a post, is to do a live story or a Facebook Live or schedule anything, because then it's like, well, I can't do that. I'm not that worthy of that. And so what we want to do is we want to break down some things that you can do to get started with simple decisions without you having to, be on that front of social media. So, that's sort of point number one, is you want to think about that. If you are going through a lack of confidence, or you're going through, a period that you just don't really want to get out there, you may not have much to say, you don't feel that inspired, it's really hard to actually go out and put yourself on the front end. So what we want to do is we don't want to put ourselves on the front end this time. What we want to do is number one, is we want to get back to our timetable again. So a lot of the time, if you are a general confident person, you say, I'm going to do social media when I feel like it. We want to get back to ensuring that we have a regular timetable of when our content goes out. So when our stories may need to go out, or where our Facebook posts need to go out. So we want to have a regular timetable when that has to happen. That might be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So if before it was like, oh, I just do it when I feel like it, that's not really a great way, because you're not always going to feel like it. So go back to having timetable again. So somebody just says, I need to be here and I need to do that. Okay. You turn up and you do that. It's not like a negotiation, or it's not like the creative side, or should I put it out at, Monday, 2 p.m. or shouldn't I put it out on Monday, 2 p.m.? It's not a decision. The decision's been made. That's the timetable. Just follow the timetable. So that's number one, follow the timetable. For anybody who struggles with having some, discipline in this area, think about, like, if you've done workouts, you may have done comps, that kind of stuff. It's just, you just do the work. It's just eat that, do that, just follow the system. So that's number one, follow the system. So if you have a system, follow that. If you need help with that, just say, let us know. We can definitely get you a system to follow. Easily done. Number two is, just start small again. So, start on saying, okay, I'm just going to go to my socials and I'm just going to post that on that time at that point. So just get some kind of post out, some level of post. Number three, you can actually repost content that you've used in the past. This may seem weird, but not everybody's on social media when you post. And as we know, a lot of people don't see our social media. So if you are struggling to figure out what to post or how to post it, again, we have a system called the Long Lead Framework. Let me know if you're interested in that, and we can definitely get you that information, like daily, exactly what to post every day. But you do have old social media posts, so you can actually rehash them and reuse them. So you might go back from a year ago and actually reuse those again. And that's an easy way to get your socials out and to get your business growing again. I like quotes. So I have an app, a quote app, a motivation app, and there's so many of these apps, and you can literally go and find an app from the App Store, motivation app, quote app. There's a lot out there of them. And you might be thinking something, but you don't know how to actually put it out into words. You don't know how to, verbalize that. A quote app is really good. So you might just put a quote on your social media just to get back to it, guys. We don't have to be Shakespeare here. We've just got to go, okay, I want to put a quote out that maybe something I'm feeling that will motivate somebody else. And that's just getting back to that confidence, getting back into your confidence, so we can then take the next steps of business growth. Use client stories. So again, you don't have to be the person on the front, with your face every single post. You can use client stories, perhaps. We call these hero videos. So you may want to use a hero video of your client's video or image talking about the results they've actually achieved. That's a great way to get out there as well. So use your client stories. Another one is you can use your team. I think we're up to number 5 or 6 now. You can use your team to do the posting, or they can be in the images as well. So if you want to do, like, for example, Facebook Live, or if you want to do more of a current post or an old post, start to use your team, if you have one, to put out on the front end, so you always don't have to do it. And that's a great way to do things as well. And I think finally here, you don't have to be the star of the show. There's some points here with, use old post, use quotes, use client stories, use your team, and you don't have to be the star of the star of the show every day, I should say. Not everybody is built in a way that we can be consistent with our social media just by ourselves every single day. If you don't feel like it one day, that shouldn't change the state of the business, and it shouldn't change the direction of the growth of where the business is going. And so by really just, formalizing these tips and going, the business doesn't rely on me as a person. The business relies on the brand. The business relies on the clients. This is when you can start to go, okay, I don't have to be the social media. I can work on the social media. And I think that's a big misconception, just because, it might be our business and people want to see us. Yeah, they do. People always, people are people and people love people, right? So that's always going to be it's always going to be great to post on socials. But if you do want to stay in the zone of growth, and if you are lacking confidence in your ability, in yourself, the last thing you want to do is do a Facebook Live. That's not going to go down that well. But to do these things on a continual basis, coming out regularly, will continue to build the business. And then when you're in a state that you want to get in there and you want to do some Facebook Lives and you want to do some, some real, be there active, it will be there for you. But if you don't keep things churning, your business is up and down based on emotions. And the last thing we want to do is we don't want to have everybody based on our emotions. They can start to tell the business is up and down based on the individual person. And that's really important too, when people are going into a decision of where I should train and what I should do. It shouldn't rely just on one person. It needs to rely on the brand, the values, the mission, the values and what that business is about, not an individual person. You may have started that business with your values, gone into business, but it needs to stand on its own 2 feet. So team, I hope that's helped to get your confidence back to my business again. And if you're listening to this and you've struggled to get back onto social media, now is your sign to get back onto your social media and to get that going. Team, just a quick one. If you do want to get some confidence in your organic social media, we are running a fast lead challenge. It starts every month. So just reach out to that. It goes over 3 weeks. It's got 3 hours of live training. We actually have able to ask questions and, get this information live. If you want information about that, I'll put the details in the show notes. You can click on that, or you can go to my Instagram, Richard Turturgi, or Com Marketing, and you'll be able to see the information there. And it's simply just $27 to get started with that over 3 weeks. Super excited for that one that's coming up next week. Hope you enjoyed the show. If this has helped you, why don't you share it with a friend and say, hey, this is an episode that really helped me to inspire, to get back to my social media, to get back to my confidence. You should listen to it too. See you, team. Chat to you next time.